This is Brenda with Majestic Mountain Living. Today I'm going to do step 2 in my garden series. First part we talked about was preparing your beds for your dirt and any type of fertilizer. Again, I use compost. So what I've done in the last few days is I continued weeding through the beds, and I did some seeding. So I'm going to take you along and show you what I've done. Okay, so when we came and looked at the beds the other day, I had just turned the soil with the compost just a bit, and then I reworked it in a little bit further before I planted seeds. In this bed, what I've done is along the fence here where this wire is, I put some peas. Peas like to climb, so if you have any type of wire or fencing, that would be a good place to put your peas. This dirt is really soft and it's a deep bed, so it's a good bed for carrots and beets. You'll want something that's going to allow you some deep soil so that the vegetables have some space to grow in. Again, this bed is the bed I'm going to be putting green beans in, and I haven't set those in yet. I thought I had some, but I don't, so I'm going to need to stop and get those. I'm going to try something a little different this year. I think you can see this little trellis here that I put in between the two beds. And what I'm going to do is along this side, I already had some morning glories. Morning glories are climbers, so they'll do really nice up here. So they'll climb up here, and I'm also going to put some cucumber vines. So it'll be a combination. And then all of these that have popped up are actually morning glories that I had last year that the seeds just came open. So I did transplant a few of them. And then I did, because this is going to hopefully grow up and be viney, it's going to provide some shade back here. So I did put some lettuce in there. Lettuce does like to have shade. If you get too much sun, it'll just burn. So I thought that would be a good area for that. Again, I'm going to put my squash in here in the next couple of days. I just continued to work the dirt a little bit more. And then over here, same thing. I did pull out a lot of that mint, and I'll continue to pull it out until I'm ready to put my tomatoes in there. This bed that I have my lettuce in, I'm going to go ahead and do just one round of lettuce because, again, as it gets more into the warmer months, the lettuce won't do well here. Last year I did provide some shade on it to keep it from bolting. Bolting is when it turns to seed immediately, and your cilantro and your lettuces will do that in the warmer weather. So that's pretty much what I've done. I did go ahead over in my flower bed, and I went ahead and just put all the flower seeds I have. Mostly they were all from last year, so I've got a lot of sunflower seeds in there, and some zinnias, some marigolds, and I think I might have put some cosmos, although the cosmos get really tall, so I may not have stuck those in there, but I just had a bag of seeds, so I'm hoping that we'll start seeing those pop up pretty soon. This little sink here, last year I had put some alyssum in, which is a little white flower, so it kind of imitates like a bubble for the little sink, but it's kind of hard because there's no real water source to this, so if we forget to water it, it doesn't really hold up too well in the warmer climate. So I'm going to see if I can't get this to bloom. Something did come up in here from last year, so that is an alyssum seed, and then I see a little bit, so something's going to happen in there. That'll be nice. And everything else we already looked at, all my fruit trees. And let's see, I did put flower seeds in my whiskey barrels. Now what I'll do is the little arch there will go in the middle, and then the barrels will go on each side after we get things cleaned up. I put my, this is a sweet potato vine, and I saved it from last year. I dug it up and kept it in the house all winter. So I've just planted it. Looks like I need to maybe put it in the soil a little bit further. That wasn't probably a great job because it's already leaning out. But I have a lot of stuff coming up in here, and I did add a lot more seeds. You can see seeds all scattered. Like, see, these are the marigolds. When you get them in the fall and they're all going to seed, keep them. Those are all seeds. So you'll want to save those. And again, my bed that's already got all my herbs in it. The only thing I planted in here was some Swiss chard. I planted just in here, just in that little bit of dirt, I planted some Swiss chard. So this is mostly, again, all herbs. So, so stay tuned. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and set out my tomato plants, which is way before the time I should. But I did look at the weather, and I think the coldest day at night that we're gonna have for 10 days is 37. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a chance on that. So I have some of my plants here ready to go in. So I'll do that tomorrow. So stay tuned and we will keep you posted. So the next step will be actually planting. Again, we talked about places to plant. Obviously this particular area in our yard gets sun almost all day. So you really need to pick a place that's gonna get full sun, especially tomatoes and peppers. They're really gonna require a full day of sun. So if you have a more shaded garden, you might wanna just stick with some lettuce, things that aren't going to require as much sun. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video. And again, I appreciate you checking on my channel. This is Brenda with Majestic Mountain Living, and have a wonderful day.